To become a global educator inside and outside of classroom, it requires strong academic content, high standards in academic work, and relevant and transformational activities outside the classroom. Throughout the whole year, we have engaged ourselves to diversified activities situated on theoretical underpinning and action research in and beyond the classroom. We arrived in Raleigh, North Carolina State of America on August 6, 2014. The first week, we met our mentor, Dr. Chirano. She gave us a detailed and impressive orientation on cultural dimensions in the USA and what it means to be a student in the USA university. Cultural concepts reflected in education in the USA, and as well as digital tools that will be useful in our journey as an international student. That was an unforgettable lesson about cultural competence dimension. Reflected on the whole year's learning and experiences, we think that the knowledge we had learned in that orientation is very instructive and helpful. To understand university life at North Carolina State University, we explored Palooza as part of an introduction to the university life. Besides taking courses in classroom, we were provided a wider exposure to different communities in North Carolina. We were invited by Dr. Lucy Hargan to enjoy the beautiful Bald Mountains in South America, experience hiking with her family, and interact with American local families. To exchange knowledge, share cultural traditions, and learn more about cross-cultural values, Dr. Chirano provided as many opportunities as she could to help us be immersed in local life and learning. This is the happy and sweet moment when we celebrated traditional Chinese Mid-Autumn Day with Dr. Chirano and her family. And more excitingly, we have also learned how to sail from Miss Clevens. We celebrated Thanksgiving Day with Dr. Chirano's family and scholars from different countries she invited at her house. And this is the happy moment we celebrated together. We talk about the different values and virtues in different countries and some similarities among them, and we have benefited a lot in this cross-cultural context. And we also celebrated the traditional Chinese New Year with Dr. Balian Li, the Vice President of North Carolina State University. To grow as a qualified teacher leader, we observed, exchanged ideas from different perspectives, and we learned a lot about the American educational system from Centennial Campus Magnet Middle School with the instruction of Dr. Spears. More excitingly, we taught in the USA, integrating learning styles and macro teaching skills with the instruction of Dr. Chirano, and we also engaged in many cultural competence learning activities. In addition, we Beijing Royal School teachers and American student teachers going to Beijing Royal School conducted a regular communication and collaboration with each other to improve students' learning outcome. Through the culturally responsive teaching and peer mentors, we respect and embrace difference in each other and have developed behavioral competence. We also attended the China and US Summit at the Friday Institute by the Confucius Institute to be involved in collaboration with other areas within North Carolina State University for the further development of global education. To apply what we have learned, we interacted with Chinese principles about education in China and US, and we talked about the educational issues and educational reforms in the world, and also shared the strategies of improving students' learning outcome with the instruction of Dr. Spears at the Friday Institute. Besides this, we engage ourselves with more intercultural activities. We volunteered in the Chinese speech contest held by the Confucius Institute. We also participated in the International Festival in North Carolina, and celebrated the birthdays of BR's teachers with Dr. Chirano and other foreign friends to develop our knowledge of the integration of local and international cultures. We experienced the zest of North Carolina people in sports culture and understood the role of sports in college life and its great integration with local communities. Beyond North Carolina, we made a commitment to becoming global educators by studying abroad in Mexico. We had Spanish learning experience there, integrated with intercultural competence development. We did increase in cultural responsive teaching by observing and teaching at local schools in Mexico. We also did thorough research and deep learning about immigration issues that impact education in a global context. We talked with the United Nations representative to offer our solutions to the human trafficking in the world. We further developed the social responsibilities in education by visiting orphanage house and learning more about the community programs in support of the girls' education. We lived with Mexican host families and engaged ourselves in the fantastic music culture in Mexico. Reflected on these engaging and transformative activities within and beyond North Carolina State University. To grow as a competent global educator in the 21st century, we have learned to be emotionally competent, creatively and analytically competent, more importantly, behaviorally and functionally competent. We have learned to keep curious about new things, to be open-minded, to be tolerant, to understand and respect the difference in each other, and to make efforts to learn about other cultures. Then we can make a difference in the world as a teacher and a learner.